Welcome to the Crafty Stitches Podcast. This is a video podcast where I share all my crafting adventures with you. In this episode, we are going to talk about the 2 crochet projects on my hook and my knitting projects, which is my sleeveless top and some socks. Let's get started. Good day everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariette, also known as Die Boervrou, and I am coming to you from South Africa. Today is Friday the 17th of January 2025, and this is episode 80. You can find me on the internet as Die Boervrou. I am most active on Ravelry and Instagram, but I will link all the places where you can find me in the description box right below this video. Today I'm wearing my first Reika top that I made in 2023. This was made from L cottons in the colorway Lilac. My gauge was a bit off and I knew this, but only focused on the stitch gauge and not the row gauge, which was a bit of a mistake, but I made it work and I do wear this top a lot. I did later on make another one and I made sure to focus on the stitch and row gauge, and that helped that I got a better fit. Love the pattern and I would 100% recommend it if you love a ripped top. That is it for what I'm wearing. I have some coffee and I hope that you have something to drink and something to work on while we chat projects. Please let me know in the comments down below what projects you are working on. I love to chat with you about your projects too. My finished project for this episode is my crochet tray cloth. I made it to use on this little wooden tray that I have in my kitchen near the stove. This is what the little tray cloth looks like. I love it so much. Now you may notice that it does not look the same as it did in the previous episode. And this is because I ripped it out and started again. This time I just made a circle and I finished it off with a beautiful little picot edge. I did turn the work after every round to help it lay flat. I find that especially my borders likes to curl up and fold over if I do not turn the work. I really want to make another one or two as they were so much fun to make, and then I will also look at improving my beginning of round method, as to me when looking at the beginning of round it is very obvious and I would like to have it not so obvious. Right, I made this with Moya Shimmer 50% cotton and 50% bamboo yarn in the colorway Luster. I used a 3.5mm hook and I used a total of 17 grams of yarn for this project. And this is what it looks like on the little wooden tray. I really love how it came out. I started this project on the 9th of January 2025 and I finished it on the 13th of January 2025. Now let's talk about my work in progress projects. My first project that I would like to share with you today is my sleeveless top. Let's call it sleeveless top light, as it is made with thinner yarn than the previous two. So here it is. In the previous episode, I just started this front panel. Here is the cast on edge to this marker by Itsy Klein. I then finished both front panels and joined them together. I also picked up the back here at the shoulder seams, joined that together, and now I am almost at the increases for the back. After that, I will join the front and the back together to work the body in the round. So I worked a little bit on this project, and I am very happy with the progress so far. I am using Al Cottons 4-ply in the colorway Coral with 3mm needles, and this is my own design. I will still be adding short rows to the bust area, and I think I have figured out how and exactly where to do them, so I will see very soon if my plan works. I am very excited to try it now that I'm making a sleeveless top in one color, as in a striped top that will cause some of the stripes to be wider in the front than the other stripes. So I'm looking forward to get this one done, as I would love to wear it with my beautiful 100% cotton skirt that I made in December 2024. But I still have a bit to go, and it is on 3mm needles, so that might take a little while. Alright, the next project is a very small crochet project. When I filmed my Everything I Knit in 2024, I had one of these in the heap of projects, and I thought I want to make some more of this. So that is what I did. I am making the Amigurumi heart by Mignon Crochet. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is what I have so far. These are so fun. I usually use them for needle minders like this, but I thought, how cute will a little bowl of these hearts be? I am using some cotton yarn. This is Al Premier Natural Cotton, which is unfortunately discontinued. It is a mercerized cotton in double knit weight. I am using a 2.75mm crochet hook, and this is the colorway Fuchsia. These little hearts do not use a lot of yarn. My previous one that I made with Venice Nicum only used 8 grams of yarn. I am at the point of stuffing the heart now. I will be using a washable stuffing, as I have a huge bag of it. I bought the biggest bag that I could find a few years ago to make a pillow for a dog, and I have a lot of it left. And it's very convenient because it is washable and it dries quite fast. Anyway, I'm not sure how many of these I will make, but I think having a little bowl full of them will be very cute. Then the last thing I want to share here in projects is this pair of socks. I finished this pair of shorty socks in September 2023. I thought that shorty socks will be so fun to wear, but honestly, I do not think that I wore it more than 3 times since it was finished. So it seems that shorty socks is not such a winner in my wardrobe at the moment. So I thought, since this was knit toe up anyway, I can just unravel the cuff and lengthen the legs. I do still have the leftover yarn that I used for this pair of socks, and I'm just going to give it a go and see how that works. So this is the yarn label and the colorway information. Love this colorway. I do have one other pair of shorty socks, and if this works well, I will also adjust that pair of socks. So I will let you know in the next episode how that worked out and if I'm going to lengthen the legs of the other pair that I have. Right, that is it for works in progress. Let's move over to find out what's been happening. Last week I uploaded an extra video here on YouTube. It was a video with everything that I knit in 2024, and it included my crochet and sewing projects. I love making these types of videos, and I'm a little bit sad that I did not make a video for everything that I knit in 2023. So the reason I like these videos is not for comparing myself to anyone, and I truly hope that no one compares themselves to me, as everyone's life is different and everyone has different amounts of time and energy that they can spend on crafting. But I love to see how many things I made so that I'm able to celebrate all the small wins in my life and see all the things that I made with these two hands over 1 year. We as crafters sometimes forget how many beautiful projects we completed during a year, and it is a good reminder to see them all in one video or space. I really enjoyed that, and it brings me a lot of joy to focus on all these small wins. I will link the video for you in the description box and up here if you want to have a look. I was really surprised at how many knit, how many crochet, and how many sewing projects I made. I think that is it for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below what projects you are working on. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye!